Simon was he's a West Ham fan. He was at the game earlier on today. I don't know if he's going to be in the same jolly mood. Simon, how are you feeling, mate?
Oh, like an earlier caller said, I think I'm past being angry.
It's beyond it.
Embarrassed. It was just, and I'm actually not going back far from where your last caller was. So my journey is just as long, week in, week out.
Yeah.
I'm interested to know, actually, Alan, where do you think West Ham are going to finish? You look at us. You've been there. You've done it. Everybody can see Moyes is playing. They can just see straight through him. We can see through him as fans.
Yeah.
So other managers must be able to see, well, they clearly can after today's result.
Yeah, I mean, the thing that you got to be judged on as West Ham managers, your local derbies, because it's so personal to your fan base, isn't it? Like everybody going into work tomorrow and Arsenal fans jesting with you and everything. That's the real hurtful thing about today's result, and that's without the 6 goals that have gone in a passive kind of way. It's not a great day for David Moyes and the team, and they'll have to look at that and go over that tape and say, we can't put a performance in like that again. They'll be very much aware how bad it was. But when you look at the stats, 36 goals scored, with the level of performers you have at that club, I'll be expecting more in that area. And you're a -6 goal difference.
-6 now, yeah. But have we got a striker? We haven't. Well, we have. We've got Danny Ings.
Yeah.
Danny Ings hasn't suddenly become a bad player. He's a great player, but under Moyes, he's not doing it because Moyes doesn't put him in positions that he likes to play in. He plays him out of position. He plays every single player out of position, it seems. And it's ruining careers, in my opinion.
Well, this, unfortunately, this kind of stigma that goes with David at the moment, or that's sort of been brought to the media's attention about him playing with a handbrake on, is beginning to become a little bit of a thing around it, sort of hang around his neck a little bit. And maybe, him and Kevin Nolan and the rest of the coaching team need to sit down and go, we need to change this. Let's, because where you are now, you might as well have a go for it, mightn't you? You're right. If you've got nowhere to go, you're not going down. So you might as well go and try and enjoy yourself.
Well, so that we need. In theory, we need 4 points, but we might get those.
Yeah.
But with the 4 games we've got coming up, what have we got? We've got Forest away, Everton away. We've got Brentford at home and Burnley at home. I'm very.
Well, listen, as a Premier League manager, let me tell you, when after a result like that, no game looks comfortable. When you get beat 6-0, every game looks really difficult. So but I think the quality that you got at that team, in that team, wasn't shown today. Far and away, West Ham's worst performance of the year, and they're all going to have to sit down and take that on the chin. That's simple.
Worst performance I've seen in many, many a year. It looked like it'd all been round Nathan's before the game and stopped up I know you used to like that, but anyway, it's another story.
Oh, brilliant. Simon, safe journey home, my friend. Simon, the West Ham fan there, he's embarrassed. Yeah. He's embarrassed, West Ham fans.
I think he's talking about a pie and mash shop there, Nathan's. Is that what he's talking about? Yeah. I think it was. Yeah, but the bottom line is that today it's a difficult one for me to comment on because I feel for David Moyes. I've been there as West Ham manager, actually. I got beat at Millwall. I think it was like 3-4-0. We got beat. I can remember the week after. It was horrendous. Everyone's coming for you. You got nowhere to go. You can't justify it in any way. You just got to kind of get through the week. It's going to be one of them weeks for the whole group at West Ham. It's going to be a difficult training ground.
We've had a message here saying, can Pards take the job from Moyes, please? I used to like Pards at West Ham. Enjoyed that period very much. He understood our club. That's from Darren. Pards.
Oh, well done. Well said, Darren. Yeah, I loved it at West Ham. I enjoyed it. I didn't think I should have been sacked at a particular time, but I did. And you always got to have your in there, when jobs come up. So Moisey knows the situation. No, you do as the manager. When you get beat 6-0, people are coming for you. And people are going to put their hats in the ring. Agents are going to ring tomorrow going, oh, yeah, my man can replace Moisey. But Moisey won the cup last year. Don't forget that. And they're still in the Europa League. They're still 8th in the division. It's a bad day today.
Now, this is why you're an advocate of the what's the manager's?
That's why LMA. Yeah,
the LMA.
Come on.
What are you on the committee?
Well, there is a role there going that I wouldn't mind having a go at. Yeah, I think I'll be good at it.
Listen, LMA, you need to sign him up because he's representing for your boys every single week. He's not even trying to nick anyone's jobs. I'm saying West Ham, if you go in for Pards, He's the co-manager or his assistant. I'm in for the assistant job, please. I'll be there, undercover Spurs.
Oh, he gets well paid, mate, the assistant. He'll be all right there, mate.
Let's head over to Andy, who was at the game. I'm sure he's not going to be as jovial as we are right now. Andy, good evening, sir.
Hello, boys. You all right?
Yeah, not so bad. You was at the game earlier today. Did you walk out after? When did you leave the stadium, Andy?
No, I stayed till the end, mate.
Did you? Oh, I've got a lot of time for you, mate. Proper fan. What went wrong for you? Like sitting there, you're watching the game. Where did it all go wrong?
David Moyes.
It's as simple as that.
Buck stops with him, I'm afraid. I mean, you're going to be playing 7 to 8 defensive-minded players, and you get tonked 6-0 at home. What do you expect? I mean, what did we have? Barely one shot on target. You're the own team. I'm just fed up with the gutless football that he's putting out.
Yeah, one shot on target.
Why doesn't he believe in the quality players we've got going forward?
And you have some quality, and you do have some quality there.
Bowen and Kudus up front, and then the rest of them are just either defensive midfielders or defenders. He's even got a right back playing left wing.
Pards.
You've got Ings and you've got Cornet on the bench. Play them. You've got attacking players that are half decent. Play them. Believe in the players you've got going forward. Because West Ham, on our day when we're going forward, we're trouble for anyone.
Yeah, especially at home.
We've even done Arsenal twice already this season.
I mean, one of the expected goals today, by the way, ended up 0.21 at West Ham, and Arsenal's was 3.66. I mean, that stat alone is damning, really. 25 shots to 5. You know, it's big stats.
He's a bit of a player killer as well. That's got a bit about him, like that Pablo Fornals we had. He's let him go in the transfer window. And what was he doing his debut for Real Betis? He scores a blinding goal. He's got that about him. He wants to get rid of footballers, and then he wants to get in more defensive midfielders we don't need in, like Calvin Phillips, who I think is very overrated anyway.
Yeah, I thought that was a strange, but I didn't think you needed Calvin Phillips personally. I know, it seems like a big signing to take someone from Manchester City, but
that's just typical of Moyes, though. He's just defensive-minded players all the time.
Andy, was you feeling this way at the back end of last season before you won the Europa Conference? Because I've got a lot of friends who are West Ham fans, ironically, and a lot of them have been feeling like this because even when you do win, you win, but it's very pragmatic. It's boring.
Yeah, it's inspired. We do it. When we do well, it's flashes of brilliance from players like Bowen, Kudus, or Paqueta. I mean, last season when we went on a really bad run up to Christmas, I was screaming for him to leave because we should have gone for. People said, "Who do you want to get in?" And I said, Unai Emery. I went, "Oh, well, you won't get him." And where does he go around Christmas time?
Yeah.
Gerrard gets sacked at Villa, and he goes there, and he's a serial cup winner himself anyway. So the logic for me was get rid of Moyes around that November time, and bring Emery in if you've got the ambition to do it.
I mean, to just change the narrative a little bit, Pagueta's a big loss for you, isn't he? I mean, he's a magical player, and that's a player that if West Ham lost, you'd have to look at that.
Team, no,
I know that, but I'm saying he is an important player for you.
Yeah,
and,
of course.
And then there's a lot of rumours that he may go, and then when you do look at that attacking lineup you have there's not a lot to pick from, is there? I mean,
well, it's not when you go and get rid of Ben Rahman and get rid of Fornals.
Yeah,
you
absolutely.
Have these players, and then who are you bringing in if you're going to get rid of them? There's no one there.
Yeah.
So why get rid of them in the first place? I don't understand it.
Yeah. No,
brilliant.
It's a fair argument.
So, I mean, if I was looking for someone in the future, if we could try and get him, would be a deserving character. Someone like him. Don't have to be him. There's world football. There's a lot of managers out there.
Or what Spurs have done with Ange.
Yeah.
I mean, the transformation at Spurs really has been the playing style. Would it be fair to say that?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And the thing is,
and the attitude.
Even yesterday, and I was speaking to Perry Groves as he came off air there, because he was there at the ground for talkSPORT yesterday. He said the thing is, when Spurs went 1-0 down, no one was moaning, even though we got caught playing out the back.
I've got a thing about that.
Yeah, we was waiting, and the Spurs fans knew that something would be coming because they're invested in the manager, the style of play, and the style is so positive that there should, ultimately, a result comes from it. But I think with David Moyes, I think that it's been rumbling on for a long time now. I think that cup victory and winning silverware, as brilliant as it was for West Ham, I think it papered over a lot of cracks.
On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.